Reading and reviewing indie books has become a passion of mine over many years and has helped me through so many challenges that life can present. To me, there is nothing better than the escapism, the immersion, and even the magic that reading can be. As an indie author myself, I know the challenges and difficulties of finding book reviews, and so just like my dedication to writing, here I am doing my best to support words by fellow authors. Welcome to Talking Indie Books with Lee Hall, an opportunity for me to showcase some wonderful indie books I've been reading. It has been quite a while since my last entry, and so for those who have only recently tuned into this series, and to those who have been here since the start, or anyone in between, thank you for being here, and thank you for the support. The road to reviewing indie books continues. For this episode, I shall be covering one of my most recent reads, which represents the genre of young adult thriller. This title has been on my list for a while now, and I'm talking about Abandoned by Vicky Ball. I've known Vicky for some time now after we connected on Twitter, and in recent times, Vicky has experienced some well-deserved and explosive success after going viral. This was a result of Vicky attending a local book event, which takes some bravery to do, and is also something I've never really been brave enough to do myself. To see a fellow indie author have this incredible moment has been inspiring, and it really is a win for the indie scene and wider writing community. After enjoying Vicky's first title, a few years back, Abandoned was one I would eventually get to, and so here we are. Now let us dive in. The story begins with the view of main character and 15-year-old Maddie, who lives with her alcoholic mother, while also doing her best to navigate life as a young person. From the worries and pressures of fitting in at school to the concept of relationships. Soon enough, she is given the news that her family might actually be more than just her mother. And so Maddie is put on a path of discovery to try and track down a potential sibling, and this is where the intrigue and tension begins to build. Throughout the story, Vicky Ball does a great job with this, and there are moments where the story will build while also twisting and turning into some dramatic moments. The long-lost family member of Maddie's and this concept is the conflict that carries the first part of the book, until the point of view changes to this long-lost family member. The dual POVs work well for this found family story, and there is a unique and even dynamic concept of contrast between Maddie and her counterpart, while they are also both relatable to the reader. Their paths and even social backgrounds may differ, but it will eventually bring them together. Just how their story unfolded and brought them to the present is something that becomes revealed later on through revelations and, of course, those twists. It's an uplifting and thrilling story where pages turn and short, sharp chapters keep you reading. As quoted from my recent written review, the concept of long-lost family carries this young adult tale, which I found to be both heartwarming and even quite dark in places. Vicky Ball really does strike the balance well here in a story that isn't afraid to dive into modern issues. For those who do enjoy young adult with a dose of thriller and with relatable modern characters with modern issues, then this is the one for you. And so, my favourite quote from this book was this: "The dark, deserted country lanes send shivers down my spine. No one out there to save me. We twist and turn round endless corners, making me feel sick. I stare off into the distance, but I can't see anything beyond the circle of light from the headlight." My rating for Abandoned was 5 stars, and you can find my review linked below. And so, that wraps up this episode of Talking Indie Books with Lee Hall. I'd like to thank you for joining me. And of course, if you're reading something right now, remember to leave a review. Peace out, rock and roll, and reading indie books. This video first premiered via Patreon, where you can find a stack of exclusive content such as book marketing guides and social media tutorials. If you do sign up as an executive rockstar, I will happily mention your work right here on YouTube. There are plenty of benefits available. Sign up today.